To say that the new Windows 8 operating system is a dramatic departure from the prior versions of Windows is quite an understatement. As you can see here, this thing looks drastically different. It looks really slick, and there's a lot going on. But when you first look at this, the question that first comes to your mind is, wait a minute, why do we even need Windows 8? So let's start here in the course, and as we get started, let me just let you know, by the time we get through this course, I would almost bet you're going to be addicted to Windows 8, and you're just simply going to have it on your machine. When you first look at it, it makes you feel a little uncomfortable. It just doesn't feel like Windows, but you get over that really quickly, especially when you understand the start menu in the desktop, and we'll get to that. Now, there's two very common reviews on Windows 8, and almost all reviews fall into one of these categories. This will change the way we live and work with computers, or this will fail miserably. Now, this is a common case of either the glass is half full or half empty, and you can kind of see that work out in the reviews. Understand, Windows 8 from Microsoft is a huge gamble. They are redesigning the most popular operating system interface in the entire world. This has become ingrained in our lifestyle since Windows 95 appeared on the marketplace so many years ago. Now, you understand, you'll see out there with most people, change is good. Nobody minds change as long as nothing's different as a result, right? And so that's what we're seeing here with the reactions to Windows 8 in a lot of places. Now, here's what's going on. Why do we have Windows 8 coming out, and why does it look like it does and feel the way it does? The tablet and the smartphone have changed the world. And obviously, we're talking about Apple's iPad and Apple's iPhone. Now, we thought the internet was big, but the onset of the tablet and the smartphone has absolutely changed the way we think about the internet, the way we deal with the internet, and it really has made it kind of a ubiquitous part of our life. We don't even think about the internet anymore. It's just kind of happening in the palm of our hands. The internet's now mobile, and it is absolutely ingrained. In surveys now, a lot of people are responding to questions like, what if you had to live without your smartphone, your tablet? And people aren't saying, wow, it'd be tough or whatever. They're saying, I simply couldn't function and do the things I do without it. And that is pretty drastic. Now, the answer to what we're dealing with, though, is that we have a lot of different devices, but they have different interfaces. Now, think about this. You work on your desktop, and you can do all kind of cool things in the Windows 7 operating system or Vista or XP, whatever you have. But then when you grab that iPad, it's really cool, but it's a totally different operating system. Then when you go from your iPad over to a MacBook or MacBook Pro, you got a little different interface there. Same thing for the iPhone, a little bit different, a lot more similar to iPad, but all kind of little things. Flash don't work here, Flash is over there. You know, you can't attach email photos different ways. And so that has really kind of become the new point of pain. Now, screen sizes also vary. If you're a developer, you sell and develop applications, if you design applications for corporate environments, you got different screen sizes, and guess what? That's not going away. You're just going to have to deal with it. So that's a problem. And with all these different operating systems, different devices that we carry with us under different circumstances, a change here really should be a change there. If I make a change to a file on my smartphone, it should be on my desktop when I get to the office. If I make a change on my desktop at the office, I download some music, download some instructional video, save a document, I should be able to find that on my tablet when I get home that night. And so that's what really needs to happen now. So the big question is kind of the white elephant in the room that everybody ends up asking. And I've been to 2 Microsoft Windows 8 development rollouts and administrative things, and the big question that comes up, and they always kind of taunt you for it, and they say, okay, there's a question everybody here is wanting to ask, and we'll give you a little hint. It has the word Apple in it. And the question is, doesn't Apple already own this market? I mean, is this kind of a waste of time? Well, look at the numbers. In 2010, Apple owned 87% of the tablet market. Now, don't take this as a negative swipe on Apple. I own an iPad. I live with an iPhone in my hand. I love their products, okay? But they owned 87% of the tablet market in 2010. In 2012, that will be down to 62% at best. A lot of different Wall Street firms and various technology gurus are projecting 62% as the best number. Now the tablet or slate, and watch that terminology there. In the Microsoft world, these things are slates, okay? In the Apple world, they're iPads or their tablets, but slate, the market is huge and growing, okay? There's no visible end in sight here. As a matter of fact, there seems to be a lot of market research saying that some smaller devices, various size devices for different situations, are certainly a very real aspect in the marketplace. Now, what does Microsoft plan to bring to this market? What are they going to add that we don't already have that's going to make them a player, considering everything that's happened so far? Well, first of all, Microsoft Windows is the most popular operating system in the world. This is why we're seeing the outcry and the moaning and complaining about, oh no, I don't like the new start menu, I don't get it, I'm lost, where's my desktop, I don't see a start button. There's just all this concern out there, and it's very real. The first time I looked at it, I'm like, what? Are they kidding? Now, Windows 7 and XP, look at this number, run on 75% of the PCs out there in the marketplace. That is an unbelievable number when you consider how long computers have been around now. What else has survived to that level? Apple's OS X and their iOS, iPhone, iPad operating systems makes up about 10 to 15% of the market, depending on who you look at. And here is the answer to the question, why Windows 8? The operating system has not become standard across form factors. That is Microsoft's go. That is why Windows 8.